One. Hi again, MASL fans. It's time to dive into MASL 3 action. Another new team debuting in 25-26. Kind of a new team, kind of the pickup of a team that has existed for a couple of years. So excited about that and excited to bring on Liam Behrens, who is no stranger to MASL 3 soccer. You might know he was the head coach of the DMV Gunners for the last couple of seasons, and he is now the new owner and coach, right? You're going to coach still?
Yes, I will. Yeah, certainly will.
Okay, wanted to make sure. I don't know if I'd actually established that or not. Of the Maryland Storm, who will play in Westminster, so kind of picking up the DMV banner, if you will, in Westminster, and very excited about that. And Coach and owner Liam Behrens is with us. So, Coach, tell us a little bit about your 2 years with the Gunners, what you learned about MASL 3, and how that will serve you well going forward, I'm sure.
Right. Well, first of all, again, thank you for having me, and we're extremely excited to be part of the very competitive Atlantic Division. I would think it's one of the best divisions in M3. Again, we're looking forward to competing in that. The other thing is, I think, with the Gunners, we had the opportunity to bring the indoor game to Westminster, Maryland for 2 years by the prior owner, which I'm very grateful for, and he gave me the opportunity to coach. We had players basically from all the way up from DC in the Virginia area as well, and then here in Maryland. So we built a strong foundation of players. We had a couple of guys that actually played in M1 that played for us, because now they've kind of moved on and they have careers and that type of thing, but they still want to continue to compete at a high level. So I think we built a very strong foundation. The good thing is we had guys actually that, with 2 years already in, they've got the guys that hadn't played before have some good experience with the indoor game now. And as you know, it's a different game, right? So I'm excited about bringing back a lot of those guys, and then we're going to bring in a mix of new players as well.
Now, you were a player of the indoor game,
Yeah.
outdoor obviously too, but of
Yeah.
the indoor game at a pretty high level.
Mhm.
What experience did you have as a player with some of those teams that you made stops at that helps you be a better coach?
Well, I think certainly, having the opportunity to play for very, very good coaches lets you kind of mold and take from their philosophies, right? So I think I learned a lot as a player, that I've brought a lot of those kind of that knowledge over to my coaching as well. And it's always a learning curve, right? And I think each stop you have, you're going to take bits and pieces from that and build it into your coaching philosophy. So it was a tremendous experience. And I think, as we talked before, I think the indoor game is a great game for a lot of young players. You guys have done a fantastic job with you and Chris with I think growing the brand. And I think it's a great alternative for a lot of the American players, particularly younger players looking to continue to play after college or wherever they're coming from. And I think the stability of the league continues to grow. And I think that's really important. As you know, I tell a lot of young players, listen, the indoor game is a great game, and it's a very stable type of thing. Because if you look at the M1 level, look at how many of these teams have been around for a long, extended period of time, and that says a lot. And I think it's a great game for the fans as well. It's fast paced, it's exciting, right? There's a lot of goals. So I just think it's a fantastic game. And I really want to, pass on that knowledge and enthusiasm to our players and our community.
Best piece of advice you ever got from an indoor coach would be what?
Do what you're told.
No, I didn't ask about being a parent. I meant as a coach. No, I'm just kidding.
No, again, I mean, I think it's really just it's about absorbing the knowledge, learning the game, because again, there is a big curve coming from outdoor to indoor, and again, and probably the best I would say would be leaning on the veterans that have played the game. Right, they can teach you a lot of knowledge and not being afraid to ask questions, right, as you learn the game.
Well, you and I talked quite a bit in the last couple of weeks, getting ready for this, and some other things with the storm. I mentioned to you I'm a old throwback kind of fan in the indoor game that
Mm-hmm.
coaches today I think kind of flinch at when I say, my philosophy if I was the coach was I'll give up one to score two,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a certain element of chaos in the game that I think you really just have to embrace. You can't
Right.
coach it out of the game, if you will. And
Right.
so, I like the 60-minute track meet
Mm-hmm.
and outscore the other guys. How would you describe what your coaching philosophy is indoors after developing it through the years?
Well, I think again, I use the word, I think, tempo, so again, I think we're going to play at a fast pace and look to score a lot of goals. But I also think that, you have to read the game and be able to have a certain tempo at times, right? You can't go 100 miles an hour all the time. There's a time to hold it. There's a time to go. So I think that's the biggest thing that we'll do. I mean, we will definitely look to get forward a lot and score a lot of goals. But again, we also will look to keep the ball and build as well.
So you're a continuation of the Gunners. What will be similar for fans in Westminster, and what do you think will be markedly different going forward?
Well, I think that, again, we're going to be bringing back some familiar faces, which I think is great from a branding standpoint. I think probably one of the things we're trying to improve on is to do more in the community, to do more clinics, to do more camps. So I think there'll be much more of an effort that way to get our brand out, to get our players exposed to the youth in the community. So we're excited for that. And again, I think the facility that we're playing at, they've really been a great partner, and I thank them very much. We're playing at Carroll Indoor Sports Center, and I think that they're going to be a great partner, and I'm very appreciative of what they're doing for us.
Yep, 10-game regular season schedule with the playoffs to follow. So you'll have 5 dates there at the Carroll Indoor Sports Center to entertain fans locally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Is it too early to talk about who 2 or 3 of your key players might be here this coming season?
Yeah, I mean, certainly one of our players, Isaiah Dorsey, who was a former Blast player, who's well known in the M3 circuit. I think he's going to be, again, a standout player for us. He's a fantastic defender, very athletic, very skilled. Another player of ours that'll probably be very good as well would be Greg Adams, who's one of our target players, who I think who brings a lot to the game, can score goals, is a 2-year veteran now in the indoor game. So as you know, I mean, once you get some of that experience under your belt, it does help a lot. So I think that's good. The other thing is we'll be looking to bring in some new players, right? So I think there'll probably be a few surprises along the way.
Which is always good, but you got to have that experienced nucleus for sure to
Absolutely.
to build from and build out, if you will, from that nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
that's exciting to know that you've got that back. You guys were 14-8 over the last 2 years as the Gunners in the division, and that's impressive because you look at the level of talent in that division. I think it may be the toughest in MASL 3. What was the secret? What was the key for you guys to have the success you did?
Well, again, I think, and you just brought it up, Brian. I think we had some guys that actually played at the M1 level that helped the younger players learn the game and stabilize, right? So I think, and they were kind of, the younger players leaned on them. So I think that was critical for our development as a team, and also from a leadership standpoint, right? I think you need to have guys that have been in the battle and that type of thing, and can really kind of help the younger players, walk through it, right? I think that's critical. One of the other things we want to do as an organization too, and I didn't touch on this, is hopefully as we develop and our brand develops, in Maryland is we do want to be a pathway for younger players as well, right? So I think it's important, if we get some young players, for us to develop them and hopefully give them an opportunity to move up to M2 and M1. That's really my goal is to develop these players and if they're talented enough, and is to give them the opportunity to kind of create that pathway.
Yeah, it's interesting that, we talk about the MASL pyramid and we think
Mm-hmm.
most of the time about it being an upward path, which
Right.
is great, which is exactly what we want. But I love the fact you talked about some MASL veteran guys that have gone the other way where
Mm-hmm.
they still want to compete, still
Yep.
be part of the game. John Sosa in Kansas City is one of the people that comes to mind immediately. He was a spectacular player for the Kansas City Comets for many years, but as he got older and the body starts to maybe break down a little bit, but your
Right.
competitive spirit does not.
Right.
And so M2 and M3 in particular becomes a place where these really talented players still can show their wares, kind of satiate that competitive spirit. And I think one of the things, Coach, about indoor soccer that maybe people don't appreciate is it is a game that, you get into your later 30s and younger 40s, you can still play at a pretty high level, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think and you'll see around the Atlantic Division, I would say a lot of the very good established teams have players in that age group, right? That have a lot of experience in the indoor game, and again, they can pass on the knowledge to the younger players, but they still have that competitive spirit to continue to compete. And yeah, you can do it at the M3 level, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to see how it all unfolds in each market and with each city, and we're very excited to see how things unfold for the Maryland Storm. They are new, but not totally new to MASL 3, as they will pick up the banner from the successful DMV Gunners, and their head coach for the past 2 years, Liam Barron's now the coach and owner of the Maryland Storm. So, Liam, thank you so much for your time today. We wish you great success here in 25, 26, and beyond, and look forward to watching the storm gather, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate you having us on, and we look forward to a successful season.
All right, Liam Barons with the Maryland Storm. We've got more M3 news coming. We've got news at every level, the MASL 2, MASL Women. More announcements coming as we get ready for the 25-26 season in all the MASL Pyramid Leagues. And it is an exciting time for the sport. Glad you are along for the ride. Until next time, have a great week, everybody.